And while Catholics around the world pray for the Pope's health, Cardinal Timothy Dolan admits he's worried. Here's what he told worshipers in New York this weekend.
We of the Catholic family and so many of our friends and neighbors find ourselves this morning at the bedside of a dying father, as our Holy Father, Pope Francis, is in very, very fragile health and probably close to death.
Let's bring in Father James Martin. He's a consultant to the Vatican and editor-at-large at America Magazine. Father Martin, what's your message to Catholics concerned about the Pope right now?
Well, to pray, of course. It's important to pray for anyone who's in trouble or anyone who's sick, and certainly the leader of the Catholic Church. And someone who really is a very holy man deserves our prayers. And whenever you would meet him, he would always end the conversation with pray for me. So prayers, and just being united with him. He's a frail elderly man now, and any double pneumonia and kidney failure is certainly very concerning.
Now, Pope Francis wrote a letter of resignation in 2022 to be invoked if he becomes medically incapacitated. Would a letter like that be valid if that becomes the case?
I'm not sure. The Pope, seems to have wanted to, as you would say, die with his boots on. He's certainly someone who works very hard. I think this is one reason why, he's been sick recently. He's really kind of pushed himself. So I'm not sure about that. Really, it's up to him. My sense is that he wants to continue on and on and on, but he's also a very smart person. And as a good Jesuit, he's someone who would discern the situation and say what's best for the church. That's really uppermost in his mind.
And canon law has provisions for when a bishop gets sick and can't run the diocese. So why isn't there a condition like that for the Pope?
Good question. As far as I know, I don't think that's been put into canon law yet. This was something that I think people have been waiting for him to do. But again, he is the chief lawmaker, and so what he says goes. And he could easily decide to change that. So it really is up to his own personal prayer and discernment. I think it's interesting also that you see St. John Paul II and Pope Benedict making two very different decisions. John Paul decided to stay on when he was ill. Benedict decided to resign. So again, it depends on the man and his own prayer and discernment.
All right, Father Martin, we appreciate your time today, sir. Thank you.
Pleasure.